Hi there, this is Tech for Doctors and I'm Dr. Hemant Kumar. Today we are going to discuss the 7 must-know terms before you start planning for your website. The first term that you must know in the context of websites is what is a domain name? Well, a domain name is the name of your website. This is what users type in their browser window to get to your website. A domain name can be any combination of numerals, alphabets, and the dash sign, but it cannot have spaces, special characters, symbols, and the underscore sign. Most importantly, every domain name has to be unique. No two websites on the entire World Wide Web have the same identical domain name. It's like two different houses having the same postal address and the postman not knowing where to deliver a particular letter. So let us look at some examples of domain names. So google.com, healthford.in, 1mg.com, techfordoctors.com, American-photography. These are all valid domain names. The second term you must know is what is HTTP and HTTPS and what is the difference between them. HTTP is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This is the protocol, the notation in which two machines on a network communicate with each other. So when a user types your website's address or clicks a link on your website, the communication between your user's machine and your web server happens using the protocol known as HTTP. Now, this is how a typical HTTP request and response looks like. So a user goes to your website or clicks a link on a website, a HTTP request is sent to your web server. The web server responds to that request and the result is displayed on the user's machine. The challenge is that with HTTP, the communication between these two machines is not very safe and secure. It's open. It's like you're sending a postcard and anybody between you posting the letter and the recipient getting it can just intercept the postcard and trying to read it. This is where you would have noticed that insecure websites or websites running on HTTP, especially on the Chrome browser, will have a red exclamation mark next to it. That's where HTTPS comes in. HTTPS is HTTP plus secure. So Hypertext Transfer Protocol secure. In this HTTPS protocol, the data between the user's machine and the server is secure or encrypted on both ends. So the request is also encrypted, the response is also encrypted. It's like now you are sending a letter in some kind of an envelope or a box with a key which you have and the recipient have. Only you and the recipient can unlock and see what is inside. An HTTPS website will typically have a padlock symbol just before it. Now the crucial question is, do I need an HTTPS for my website? Well, if you collect patient data or user data on your website or store medical records or username, password, IDs, phone numbers, then you must have HTTPS because that is what is going to encrypt the information between your user and your web server. On the other hand, if your website is a simple static website displaying your clinic's address, the services offered, some images, or it is a website about your biography, your research interests, etc., and not a lot of back and forth is happening between your user and your web server, then you may sort of get away or you can live with having an HTTP. However, browsers like Chrome are now gradually becoming more and more strict about most websites using an HTTPS. An HTTPS symbol is secured by using what is known as a security certificate or an SSL certificate, which I will be discussing in a later video. Third thing is, what are the parts of a website? Well, a typical website would have 3 parts: a header, body, and a website. Let me show you in my browser window what these 3 parts look like. So on this website, What you see at the top is typically the header, and the header would have what are known as menu items, and most of the times the header remains constant. Then what follows below is what is the body. This is what contains the images, the videos, other text. And if you scroll right to the bottom, you will see a footer. This is what would contain links, your contact information. Generally, footers are constant on most of the web pages of your website. The fourth must know term is what is HTML. Well, HTML is hypertext markup language. This is a markup language that is used by your browser to display information on your web page. What needs to be bold, what needs to be in red color, what needs to be italicized, all this is controlled by HTML. So this is the standard markup language to create a web page. The fifth must know term is CSS or the cascading style sheet. A cascading style sheet or an CSS describes how various HTML elements are displayed on the web page. So a paragraph, a header, a bullet, a box of an image, a video frame, these are typically HTML elements, and a CSS defines how they should be displayed. Now, why is it important? Imagine you make a website with 5 or 7, 10 pages. If every header has a different color, different font, different size, every image is of different shape, size, and color, then your website is going to look very shabby. And if you were to individually track each element, then also you are likely to make a mistake. So what CSS does is that it brings uniformity to formatting of the web pages. The sixth term is JavaScript. Now, JavaScript is one of the most commonly used programming language to make your web pages interactive. Animation, different colors, you click on a button, it changes color. All that interactivity on a web page is brought about by the programming language JavaScript. The seventh term is what is hosting a website. Hosting is an online service that allows you to publish your website on the internet. See, your website contains images, videos, HTML code, CSS code, your scripting, JavaScripting code. All these files need to be put on a computer. Now you can put it on your own computer and you can host your website for the rest of the world. The problem is that the minute you will switch off your machine and the user is wanting to access your website, he will not be able to do that. So hosting companies provide practically 24/7 availability to your users to be able to access your website. Thanks for watching. I hope you found the video useful. Please subscribe to my channel and also press the notification bell so that whenever I post a new video, it reaches to you right away. I would really appreciate if you would provide your valuable feedback and suggestions in the comment section below. If you've liked the video, please consider sharing it with your friends and colleagues who may benefit from it. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.